Hello there, my name is Stallone-Obaraemi, and this is another episode where we talk about personal growth, where we talk about how can you grow yourself, how can you become a better version of yourself, how can you look at everyday circumstances, everyday situations and what life throws at you and make better decisions for your sake and the sake of the people around you, for your loved ones. Today we want to talk about things that cause growth. And the moment you understand the things that cause growth to happen, you are able to make better decisions. I believe so. Okay. So first of all, I want to say that it is important for us to understand that every one of us at one point or the other, we do get stuck. There's nobody in this life that would say you don't get to some point in life when you feel like, whoa, you know what, I'm stuck. It could be in your job, it could be in your relationship, it could be in anything in life. You could just get stuck. But the more important thing, the thing you want to pay attention to is how can we basically free ourselves? How can we not just stay stuck, but yes, understand that as imperfect humans, we would get into situations where we would begin to probably struggle at times. But how can we look at those things and say, take certain actions to get us out of that point? Well, the main important thing you need to understand here is to understand how your mind works. I need to understand how my mind works. It's not something that can be done very easily. It's something that you need to take out time to learn exactly how this works. What are the things, where do you want to be? What are the things that will aid you to get there? What are the things that are stopping you from getting there? What do you need to do to go around so that you can free yourself, so that you can get across to the other side of the mountain and achieve what you want to achieve? These are some of the things that you need to look at. And for you to be able to do this, we need to improve the quality of our thinking. We really need to improve the quality of our thinking. How are we going to improve the quality of our thinking? By, like I said, understanding how our mind works. When we apply the relevant processes as we learn, we apply the relevant processes. These processes come together, will cause growth to happen. And so spend time to learn how your mind works, to learn how things work, and do not be afraid to apply them. I'm going to talk about a very important concept that many people take for granted, and it is called the first nature versus the second nature. Every one of us, when we were born, we had a particular hair color, the way our eyes look, our height, name it. Now, when we talk about our first nature, we are talking about what we inherit from our parents. Genes that are passed on from one generation to another, grandparents to parents, parents and to children, and so on. But when we talk about our second nature, we're talking about everything apart from everything that that you learn from your environment, from the places you go to, every other thing. That's second nature. Now, there are so many debates here and there going on as to what did we inherit and what we did not inherit, what we picked up and what we did not pick up, and people are changing this and changing from here to here and all of that. So many debates here and there about, you know all of that. But I don't want to go into those debates. Basically, I'm saying that first nature is what you were born with. The second nature is every other thing that you acquire along the way. It could come from your experiences, it could come from your environment, it could come from anything. Okay? What we want to look at is when we make decisions, where do those decisions emanate from? That takes me to something that I call the fortress called first nature. Why am I saying that? Many people act in certain ways and they tell you that's who I am. You see, the tendency is to hide behind our first nature. The tendency is to say that's the way we were created, and we make an excuse because we're created that way, we cannot change. That's who I am, I cannot. So many people have been led to believe that they were born with something and so they cannot change, or they didn't have something and so they cannot even learn it. So every one of us, if we're not careful, we would have the tendency to ascribe some of our undesirable behavior to first nature and claim that there's nothing that we can do about it. So saying that that's the way I feel, or that's who I am, and there's nothing I can say about it, simply means pure and simple, you are hiding behind your first nature, and you're saying you do not have the power to learn what you need to do in order to go from where you are, to unstick yourself, to free yourself and to go on. You are saying you do not have the power to do that. That's what you're saying. And so you're powerless. Many people stay in that position, and for that reason, they decide they're never going to grow. I'm saying to you today that when we compare nature against nurture, there are so many things that we actually got from our parents, we got from, we inherited. But there's so much more that we learn as we grow up. And the moment you understand that many of the things that I do today are a factor or a function of my second nature, and if I don't like the result that I'm getting, that actually I can work hard in order to learn new things, in order to become a better person, in order to make better decisions, because that's not the way I was born, and that kind of thing is stuck and I cannot change it, especially when it comes to our behavior. It comes to the way our mind works, and comes to how we make decisions. And it's far from how we were born or the way we were born. It is more about our environment, the experiences we've had over time, and how those experiences have impacted us as humans. Okay, for instance, if you were someone that have experienced losses going into businesses, the moment a new business venture is pitched to you, it comes up to you, you begin to think, oh, I think I've been there, but I don't want to do any business. Businesses are not for me. I've tried a couple of businesses before, they did not work. So your decision is coming from your experience in the past. Okay? And so when we talk about growth, for you to be able to do some of the things I have mentioned thus far, you need to develop the ability to cause what you want to happen. It's called efficacy. It's called being conscious of yourself and working hard in order to cause the power, to cause things that you want to happen in your life. It's ability to dream and then cause those dreams to happen. It's not in any other way, but in other words, what I'm saying is you consciously work towards achieving those dreams. For instance, you are an illiterate, maybe you meet an illiterate person, and the person says, my dream is to be literate, to be able to read. And the person decides, that's a dream, that's a vision. I want to be able to read for myself, and people should not read for me. Okay? So the person begins to start learning if it's English language, start learning the letters of the English language alphabet, and then begins to combine letters, two-lettered words and three-lettered words and all of that, combine them and begins to pronounce gradually. It's progress, it's work. The person is causing it to happen. And somebody says, okay, you know what? I want to start a business, but I don't know anything about that business. That's a vision, that's a dream. Sometimes it seems crazy, unachievable. And then the person decides to find out from people who've been in that space, to begin to learn from them. And so when we dream, it's not about dreaming, it's about asking ourselves, how can I make it happen? What do I need to do in order to make it happen? Because the dreams that you have are tied to your idea of how strong you are inside of you. And when you feel that you can't, and you feel that you are no good, you feel that you cannot do it, your dreams shrink, they become small. So the question you need to ask yourself is, how do I cause the kind of business? How do I cause this kind of life? How do I cause this kind of family? How do I cause this kind of relationship that I have dreamt about to come to be? Instead of saying, no, I can't. This is not for me. I wasn't born that way. I cannot hold relationships. I cannot keep jobs and all of that, blah, 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 blah. You see, The stronger you are inside of you, truly, the stronger you are inside of you, the greater your dream. Now, it's not like the size of your dream, the greater your dream in the sense that, the more power you have to pursue it. And this is about anything. It could just be that I want to become a more conscious person. I want to become a better husband. I want to become a better wife. I want to stop drinking. I want to stop smoking. I want to build a good business. I want to be able to be, I want to be there. I don't want to run away whenever there's trouble, but I want to be there for my family. All these are dreams, because I'm saying this because many a times when you talk about dreams, people just think about the material part of life. People think about the physical, maybe the monetary part of life. I'm not saying enjoying life is bad, but I'm saying when we talk about achieving personal growth and effectiveness, it's a whole lot more than just money. There are wealthy people out there that do not have common street sense to manage life, to manage relationships. They've got broken families, they've got bad relationships. So I'm not condemning, having a big business, making whatever you want to make. No, I'm just saying totally in life, if you want to grow, you have to dream to be a better person. Because the dreams that you have, like I said, are tied to your idea, and the smaller your dream, it pushes you to that point. If you're that person that you think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, you're shrinking your dream. Understand that dream is equal to aspiration. Okay, so when you dream, all right, you aspire, you have a vision, you set goals, it's an idea, and this is not solely determined by your potential. This is more about your idea is as strong as you are inside. It's not about your potential. That's why many people, they dream, they set goals based on where they are at the moment. Why don't you think about setting goals beyond where you are at the moment, so you can stretch yourself in order to reach out and become a better person in order to achieve those goals? You see, how strong you are inside is a function of your experience. It's a function of your environment. It's a function of your exposure. So whether you like it or not, your second nature plays a very significant role, a massive role in how you dream, how you grow, the extent to which you can grow, how efficient you are as a person. So if you're not taking anything from this video, this one you need to take away. Do not blame your first nature. Do not say, that's the way I was born. I cannot grow beyond this point. I cannot make any difference. I cannot learn. Mathematics is not for me. English language is not for me. Learning is not for me. Schooling is not for me. I just can't do this. Marriage is not for me. A relationship is not for me. All the good things in life are not for me because that's the way I was born. No. Understand that your environment, your experiences, they play a role as to how you make decisions. Now, if you don't like the results you get, you have to change the way that you feel. If you don't like the way you feel, you need to change the way that you think. If you don't like the way you think, you need to change the things that you read, the videos, the movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, the people that you talk to. All of these things play a role in how positive or negative your energy is at the end of the day. All right, my name is Stallone-Obaraemi Samuel. Now, if this has made sense to you, please like it to subscribe to our channel. Share the video. You never can tell who you're going to touch, which person that you're going to, help to have a rethink as to how they see life and how they want to take charge of their lives and become better persons. My sincere desire for you is that you go on succeeding by becoming a better version of yourself. Until I come your way again, bye for now.